Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Exercises over here. 9B. D3 7th edition. No, here is question 1. The In question 1, this is the given figures. These are the points. This is North Pole at point O. This is A, B, C, and D. The first part of this question is find the bearing of A from O. You know that what is O? O from what comes after from, the point which comes after from, at that point you must draw, you must draw North Pole. A map indicator which shows the directions of north. In the upward direction of the in the north is directed towards the top of the page, and south is towards the bottom, or right side there is east, and on the left side there is west. No, look at O. O is over here. So we have to find what we have to find bearing of A from O. Join A to O, the line which is obtained by joining A to O. This is A to O. So we take North Pole drawn at point O. This is the North Pole drawn at O. So then this is the angle, this is the bearing, this is the bearing which starts from, which originates from North Pole and end at line AO. What? AO. AO. This is AO. The in this figure जो है, in this figure, तो bearing of A from O. A from O mean AO line. So angle which is drawn between North Pole and OA line is 33. Over here bearing is 33. No, the second part is what? Bearing of B from O. Bearing of B from O. So what comes after from O? So you have to draw North Pole at O, which is over here is this one. Now where is B? BO, this is the BO. So starts from North Pole and ends at OB. This is the, what is this? This is the bearing of B from O. So you have to calculate this angle. You know that how much is this angle? This is 90, and move further 28. The bearing of B from A is 90. This 90 plus 28. So it would equal to 118 degree. Now look at next part is what? C from, bearing of C from O. C from O. So O comes from, comes after from. O comes after from. This is from के बाद O comes. तो ये O जो है आपने इस पर North Pole you have to take. And then where is CO? CO is this. Look at this. This is CO. Over here is what is bearing? You must start from North Pole at O. This is O. ये O है. This point is O. आपने यहाँ से start होना. Moves and this. This is the bearing of C from O. So you have to calculate this angle. You know that what is this? Look at this one. This is 90. This is further 90, and total angle is 120, 180, and then move to over here. eh, Over here angle is 270. When we from North Pole to this one, this is west. Over on left side there is west. This is angle of 270. If we move back 44, then you get the bearing of C from O. Now look at what is bearing over here, 270 minus 44. So when you subtract 44 from C, you will get 226. Now next part is what? Bearing of D from O. So D from O. आपने क्या करना है? You have to take North Pole at O. O comes after from. O comes after from, this is O, this is O, this is North Pole. Where is D? This is D. Look at, this is D. Now over here is, you have to start drawing arc from North Pole up to OD. This is your bearing. This is your required bearing. You have to calculate this angle. Now look at what is, how much is this? 90 over here, 180 over here, 270 over here, 360. You have to move back from 360, and after subtracting, yeah, moving 39 degree backward, you will get, you will reach OD line. So over here, what is bearing of D from O? 360 minus 39. So this is the bearing of D from O. You have to subtract 39 from 360. Over here is angle 360. Then move back 39. You will get a bearing of D from A, 360 minus 39. So how much is this? 40. 321 is the bearing. So this is what? 360 minus 39. So that is equal to 321. So bearing of D from A, I again look at this. Move from North Pole at O and up to D, OD line. So this is the required bearing. So how can you calculate it? You move 360, then back 39. So bearing of D from O is 360 minus 39 equal to 321. Now this is the question 2 of exercise 9B, taken from D3 Math 7th edition. Take, this video is related to the mathematics of O level Cambridge. Now question 2. Look at, so this is the figure. So this is point P, this is point B, this is North Pole at point P, this is A point, this is B point, this is C point. Now look at, you always must understand this one. Okay, when we draw director, so North Pole is towards the top of the page, south is downward the page, and on right direction there is east, and on the left there is west, left of the page. Each angle of this part is 90 degree. This is 90, this is 180, this is 120, 270, and this is 360. So this is 90 degree angle. Look at, this is 180 degree angle, and this is 270 degree angle. And when we take full revolution, so then angle is 360 degree. Now we move the first part of the question. Here it is said, find A, bearing of A from P. A from P. Now I write over here A from P. So what comes after from? After comes after from. What comes? P comes. So you have to draw North Pole at P. So this is already North Pole is drawn at point P. Now take line AP. This is the line AP. This is the bearing. So what is bearing over here? This is the bearing of A from P. You have to calculate this angle. Now look at, when we move from North Pole up to here, the angle is what? 90 degree. Over here is angle 90 degree. You have to move back 35 degree, then you will get the bearing of A from P. So over here, bearing of A from P is 90 minus 45. So what is answer? 55 degree. So you can write this bearing, angle of bearing is in this way you can, but it is also acceptable. But real format of bearing is 055. 3 digit must be there. Real format. Now we move to the next part. Here it is said, bearing of B from P. B from P. look at B from P. So P comes after from, so therefore we take the north pole at P. So this is north pole at P. Now move to line BP. If you look at, this is BP line. What is this? This is BP. So you have to move from this to this. This is the bearing of B. This is the bearing of what? PB from P. So you have to calculate this angle. This would be the answer. ठीक है. If you look, if you move from north pole up to here, what is the angle over here? 180. And then you have to move back 15 degree. So bearing of B from P is 180 minus 15 degree, so 165 over here is the bearing. Now next part is what? Bearing of C from P. So C from P. Now look at, you have to take north pole at P. This is the north pole at P. I first erase it now. Now this is what? A north pole at P. Where is PC or CP? So you have to take line CP. This is CP. Now look at. So bearing of C from P is, you start from the north pole at P and moves on up to the line CP. This is the CP. This is the bearing. You have to calculate it. Over here is what will you do to calculate this bearing? Look at, this is when you move 90, 180 and 270. Over here is 270. Further, when you moved 47, you will get the bearing of C from P. Now you have to write over here 270 plus 47. The bearing of C from P is now 7, 7 4 11, 370. No, next part is what? Bearing of P from A. Look at bearing of P from A. No, you have what comes after from, this is A. You have to draw map indicator over here, which is north pole. You have to, so you have to draw north pole at A in this way. Now what is the bearing of P from A? Start from the north pole up to line AP, AP line. So this is the bearing. Over here you have no angle in this point, around this point A. So you take the concept, take the help of the concept. What is the concept? If two lines are parallel and are transversal, cut this these two parallel lines, then these two angles are alternate angles which are equal. Over here is, look at, over here is, this is north pole, this is north pole at P, this is the north pole at A. So north pole parallels at different location are parallel to each other. So these two lines, this north pole is parallel. This line join these two north pole. This is transversal. No, look at, what is this? This angle. No, look at this angle. This angle. What is this angle? And this angle. No, if you do not, this is the east-west direction and this is also east-west direction. So east-west direction, over here east-west direction. So these east-west direction are also parallel. ठीक है? If you take north pole, now look at, I have calculated in the first part, this angle is what? 55. If this is 55, its alternate angle is over here, it is also 55. So if this is 55, so its alternate angle is 55. Look at, if I draw separately over here, so this is, and these two are alternate angles which are equal in values. This is 55 over here, this is 55, this is also 55. Now we calculate the bearing of P from A. To start from north pole at A and goes up to AP line. This is the, now how will we calculate? No, this is what is this? This look at, we move 90, 90, 90, 180. When we reach over here 180 and 55 further, I will move to 180 plus 55. So what would be the sum of these two angles 5, 8, 5, 13 and 235. Now this is the bearing of P from A. Now in the next part, bearing of P from B. Now look at P from B. Now here is B which comes after from. So you must have to draw north pole at B. So this is B. I have to draw north pole. This is east-west direction and this is the north pole. In the north pole is always directed towards the top of the page on a map or in a book in a copy. Now look at, you have to what is the bearing of P from B. So this is the start from the north pole at B, north pole at B. So you move over here. So this is the bearing of P from B. So you have to calculate this angle. No, this is North Pole. This is the North Pole at P. Both are parallel. This is the line which join these two North Pole. Look at this angle is 15. Its alternate angle is this one. So it is also 15. This is 15. So what is the angle bearing of P from B? To you move from this one. What is this? 90, 180, 270 and 360. Then move back to 15. This is your right choice. Start from north pole. This is the bearing of P from B. This is, so you, how can you calculate this angle? So you have to subtract 15 from 360. So 360 minus 15, the answer is 345. So this is the bearing of P from B. So in the last part of question 2 of exercise 9, be taken from the D3 Math 7th edition. The syllabus is of O level. Now P from C, you have to draw what comes after from, this is C, bearing of P from C. So you have to draw north pole at C. So where is C? This is C. So I first draw horizontal line which is east to north. This is east, this is west, east to west, this is north pole. So start from north pole to the point, to the line CP. This is the bearing. Over here, this is the required bearing. This is P. What is being asked? Bearing of P from C. So this is CP line. Start from the north pole at C. C. Why we take C? Because C comes after from. So the point which comes after from, we have to draw north pole at that point. So I have to, drawn north pole at C. So then starts from north pole to the line CP. This is the bearing. No, this is the north pole at C. This is the north pole at P. No, this is east-west direction at point C. This is the east-west direction from C. Now look at this. What is this? This is the transversal which intersect, which meets two parallel lines. So this east-west direction, this is also east-west direction. So these two horizontal lines are parallel. Now, what is this? 47. This is also 47. These are alternate angles. So you have got it now. You will get the answers of this part of the questions, which is bearing of P from C. So start from here, here. Over here is 90 degree. Then move further. It is 47. The angle is what? Bearing is what? 90 plus 47. So this bearing is what I have if I write over here 90 plus 47. So 7, 9, 4 is 31, 37. Please, if you do not understand this, any questions of this video, so you must repeat it. Video, look, watch the video again and again. Inshallah, you will get it promptly. ठीक है. If you know this is the question 2, we move to the question number 3. In question number 3, there is given a triangle. In triangle, uh, you are given triangle which is triangle PQ, what, PQR. The all three angles of this triangle are given, or these three angles are 137, 43 जो है. If we go to the first part of this question 3 of exercise 9B, from taken from D3 math of syllabus O level. Now Q from P. So P comes after from, you have to draw north pole at P. So this is P. So there is already north pole is there in this figure. Now where is Q? This is Q. So start from north pole at P, and this is the bearing of Q from P. So which is over here is 36. In the next part, so it is being asked bearing a P from Q. No, P from Q. I write over here P from Q. You have to draw north pole at Q because Q comes after from. So you take first horizontal line, which is east west direction, and then north. This is the north pole. First we do something. Now look at this. This is the line which is called transversal because this line meets two north pole. One is at P, other is at Q. These two north poles at different places are always this north pole is at Q, this north pole is P. These two north pole must be parallel. No, look at this line which join these two parallel north poles. So this angle and this angle both are what? Alternate angles. If this angle is 36, look at how much is this angle. This angle must be equal to 100 minus 36, and this would be 64. So we have divided this whole angle of angle Q within the triangle. I have divided this 100 into two parts. One has 36 angle, and this part of the Q angle has 64 value. Know what we have to draw, calculate bearing up P from Q. Know what is this? This is Q. Start from north pole at Q. ठीक है, look at, and then move over here. You have to calculate this angle. But this whole angle is 100, but I do not know how much is this angle. We do not know how much is this angle. We do not know how much is this angle, but if we move over here, so how much is this angle? This is 180. Then move 36 further, and in this way we get what? We get bearing of P from Q. So you have to add 180 and 36. So this is the what bearing of uh, Q, P from Q. Now next part is what? Bearing of what? R from P. So where is P? This is the P. Or where is R? This is the R. So line PR. This is the PR. So what is the bearing of R from P? Look at bearing of R from P. Bearing of I write over here where here bearing of R from P. No, look at R from P. You have to where is north pole at P? This is the north pole at P. So this is the bearing. ठीक है. Bearing always start from the north pole at the point which comes after from, and the line over here is PR. So when we move from this one to this one, so you will, this is the bearing of R from P. So 36 plus 37. So what is 73? This is the bearing of R from P. Now we move to the next part, which is D. Here is it is written bearing of P from R. So this is the bearing of P from R. You have to draw North Pole at R, which comes after from. So this is what North Pole. ठीक है? Then we move from North Pole up to the line PR. PR. You have to take the line PR. Start from North Pole at R, then move to the line PR. So this is PR. This is the bearing you have to calculate it. No, if you look at this is what North Pole, or this is what this is North Pole at Q. These two North poles are parallel. This line, what this line? This line is called transversal, which join two parallel lines. Now look at please. What is this? This angle. This is the North Pole. Now look at this is the North Pole. Angle over here. This line make with North Pole is what? 64. If this angle is 64, it is also 64. It is also 64. Now look at what is the bearing of R from, sorry, P from R. Look at how much is this angle? 360. If you move from this to this point, so you have completed one revolution. So if you move from here, then move 64 back and then 43 back, you will get the bearing of P from A. So what is the bearing of P from A over here? I again, no, look at please. So this is the bearing of R from P. Sorry, P from R. This is the bearing. So how will you calculate this? 360. So if you move from this to this is 360 minus 64 minus 43. 64 minus 43. 107. Now subtract 107 from 360 degree. This is 3, this is 5, and this is 3 minus 1, 253. The bearing of P from R is 253. Now we move to the next part of the question. Here it is bearing of Q from R. Q from R. So I write over here is Q from R. You have to draw North Pole at R, which comes after from. So this is North Pole from what is from this is the North Pole at point A. So what is the bearing of this part of the question? Now look at this is 64. No, bearing of what? Q from R. So where is Q? This is Q. No, bearing of Q. Look at what is this? This is the bearing, required bearing. It starts from North Pole at R. R comes after from. So this is the bearing. So you will how will you calculate it? So you will calculate it by subtracting 64 from 360. If you move over here from this to this one, so this is 360. यहाँ से यहाँ तक angle 360 है. Then minus 64 you will get the required bearing. So over here is what? 360 minus 64. So this is 296 is the required bearing. Sorry. So you have to subtract 360, 64 from 360. What is? So over here 360 minus 64. So this is the bearing. Now the last part of this question is we have to calculate. Look at I have calculate over here. What is R from Q? Bearing of R from Q. You have to draw north pole at Q. This is the Q, this is the north pole. And where is R? This is the R. No. So what is the bearing? I have drawn north pole over here. So this is the bearing. You have to calculate this one. तो bearing of R from Q, Q पर north pole है, ये आपने calculate करना है. Look at this one. If you take this north pole and this north pole, these two north pole are parallel. This line join these two north pole. So look at what is this angle? 64. So this angle is also what? 64. Alternate angles. Now bearing of R from Q is this one. If you look at this one, how much is this angle? 180. Then move back 64. The bearing of over here is 180 minus 64. So यहाँ 180 minus 64 किया, you will get 160. Now this is the last part of question 3. Hope